Okay, so day 4 of the 100 push-up challenge. Let's go. Okay, so 25 done. Yesterday, I did a back day at the gym. First time I've done any sort of upper body workout on a day during this sort of press up window. So let's see if that has any problem. Before I've just done cardio really, or legs on since April 1st. In fact, since the end of March, because I don't want to risk injuring or causing fatigue and then not being able to do these. So hopefully if today goes all right and doesn't impair things, or I can still get to 100, then great. That means I can go back to doing more general exercises as well. Although I did back, let's see, it obviously uses shoulders and biceps, which are partly involved in press up, so let's see if they stick it out till 100. Couldn't really figure out what to talk about today, and so really the one sort of general point, if we're going to get a little deep, or think of something to get a little deep in the next 5-7 minutes into, really is how I think my priorities and what's important have changed over the last few years. And a big change in my life has been having a daughter, which has been great. But generally things that have changed have been for the positive. But I think one negative that's changed in my life in the last few years is my relationships with my friends. So I was thinking yesterday about what I could do about it, how I could maybe fix that. Okay, so that's 20, total 45, 55 to go. So I guess in my life, my friendships, I guess the priority of friendship and number of friends, I think all those three probably linked, have gone up and down. I mean, I think when I was in primary school, I had a lot of friends. Secondary school, that definitely fell, I think towards the end of it I had fewer but good friends, spent a fair bit of time with them. Then university, and sort of the first few years after university was probably a peak where it was a real priority of mine, something I found a lot of joy in. I lived with my friends for those sort of 10 years, spent most of my non-working time, even working time, really in the hospitals with my friends who I then go out and see. And then even up to the point when I got married, I think friendship was still pretty important. Then of course the sort of lockdowns and everything happened for 2-3 years, 2.5 years, whatever, in the UK. Work patterns and working patterns and things all changed, and that really affected things. And I think I probably didn't consider or manage my friendships at that period well. And then coming out of it, you know, had my wife had a baby, and so if I'm honest, it's really probably at a low point now. And the reason I'm mentioning it is because it's probably is something that I, you know, not happy with. Maybe happy is the wrong word, not satisfied with, let's say, and it's something I want to do something about. I don't know if it's a common thing, and I think one of the hard things about working from home, or you know, I'm doing my PhD at the moment, so spending more time at home. We've moved out of London. That's probably another big factor, is in the last few years moved out from central London, where there used to be something going on all the time, to now, I guess, the suburbs area where there is a lot less sort of social going on. And so I think it takes more of an effort. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means, I guess, you've got to think about it in different ways. And in no means is any of that stuff that I said an excuse. It's just, I guess, obstacles and changes that I've not adapted to maintain that. And I guess in reality that probably stems from me not placing friendship at a high enough priority, which is a shame. And you know, you can listen to all the trying to think of some counter arguments for all of this. I guess one point could be, as you grow up and have a family, the role of friendships does need to go down. Additionally, you could say everyone else is just currently busy. I know a lot of my friends currently starting their own families, so everyone's just busy. It's not that I've done anything wrong. It's just, this is just the natural cycle of life and friendships, and you know, that'll pick back up naturally. But I think I know of enough examples in my own sort of network and beyond of people who are able to maintain friendships despite that. And it's not something that I expect to be an overnight fix or feel even needs to change dramatically. I think I'm just talking more about the trajectory. At the moment, my relationship with my friends is probably that way, downward. And so what I just need to do is now, you know, pick it back up. And so I guess the thing is, what sort of things can you do to try and restore these friendships without, you know, causing detriment or disturbance to everything else in your life? Because, you know, you can't just throw everything else out to focus on it, or else you just start resenting that and it's not sustainable. So I guess that's really a better way to put it, is what's the sustainable way to build those relationships? Okay, that's 15. So I guess just to keep count, 25, 20, 15, it means we're up to 60. Okay, still a fair bit to go, but over the halfway mark. I guess thinking about that now, what can be done? Definitely feeling it more. Don't know if it's because of that workout or just because we're up to day 4, but it's definitely feeling harder. Anyway, what can you do to maintain those relationships? And I think just first of all, just trying to make some sort of habit again. Trying to build a place in your life and give it that enough priority time-wise that it becomes something that you just do on a regular basis, because I guess like we said on episode 1, day 1, consistency is really important for any behaviour. Oh God. Okay, 15 again, 75, 25 to go. So, I guess I keep talking about this like it's a one-way problem, like hard work, like exercise, where the amount of effort or time I put in dictates how it goes. And actually, it's more than that, right? You can put in a lot of time, but if the other party is not engaged, then you won't see that same reward. So I guess there's 2 components here. Is one, is it rebuilding connections with existing friends that have perhaps gone dormant, or building new friends? And so I feel like I had, or have, let's say have, I don't think anything irreversible has happened. And I do still occasionally stay in touch with my friends. So it's not that anyone has done anything. I do feel like my existing friendship circle is a good one, and I've spent decades, by way of natural selection, building connections with the people who you grow closer to, who have similar values to you. So I definitely think that needs to be a priority, is not letting those relationships completely dwindle and maintaining those. But there has been a lot of change. It's been my new family moving to a different area, and so I think trying to build friendships where activities align with the things I'm doing is a good thing. And it's because if you spend time with people, if you're spending time doing things that you enjoy, it often is a lot easier to maintain friendships in that way. There's 25 to go. So I think in terms of rebuilding existing relationships, that just has to be consistent effort and ring fencing time for phone calls, messages, and more importantly, seeing people. Whether that means just meeting people for food or for a drink, or I think what I am liking doing is doing something. So even if that's just going to the gym, going for a walk, something like that, building that in. And I think I need to find a way to keep myself accountable that I'm doing that. And then with new friendships that hopefully will come from activity. I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to do that, but if I'm playing tennis or you know, some sort of sport and find people that I think I'll get along with, it's about forcing myself to become uncomfortable, having that conversation, taking their phone number and building it from there. So maybe it's something like how I've put in 15 minutes a day into this press-up challenge. I need to also find 15 minutes a day to put into a friendship challenge. Anyway, that's something to think about for me. See you all tomorrow.